What is up? Welcome into Driving the Nightline. My name is Alan Bell. We got a fantastic show lined up for you today. Literally driving the Nightline today. So good to see everybody. Somebody's phone's going off. Let's go ahead and mute that. And it is good to see you guys. Now, take a look at the recap screen. Take a look how we did yesterday. Solid. 2 out of 3, Big Tony. 3 out of 4 for Moshe. Well done, boys. Great job. Red Sox got him. Dodgers did not. What happened to the Dodgers yesterday? Anybody?
Yeah. You sometimes got to go with the team total, but it's so risky, You think you have a good spot, and they did. They just bullpen couldn't hold it together.
Yeah, it happens. I'm just messing with you.
It's really the Achilles heel of this Dodgers team, and if you want something to look out for in coming into the postseason, that's it. Their Achilles heel is going to be going late and deep into games.
Yep. Bruce said it. Told y'all Dodgers stay away. He did say this yesterday. Bruce was all over that. He was spot on. Good call on that one. All right, we'll be live tonight with the Crew exclusive, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're also going to break down college football. I'm telling you, I'm not concerned about hitting with a fully produced show anywhere, anytime, any place. I don't care. However, we're going to have to go somewhat quickly because the one thing that I can't defeat right now is a battery because I don't have a charger. So we'll be good, but we're just going to have to go. So let's jump into baseball here. Moshe, I'll throw it over to you first. What you got, man?
Yeah, we're going to go with 2 same-game parlays here. Sorry about the complicated mess over here, but we're just going to go for it. Braves at the Cubs. This is really just about fading Bryce Elder. I don't think that he's going to have a third great start in a row. His metrics do not support it. I'm taking the Cubs team total over 2.5, parlayed with the first 5 money line at -125. If the price is gone, I don't mind taking the Cubs team total over 3.5 as well. I am backing Cade Horton, who, while it might not be sustainable, he has a 171 ERA at home and a 144 ERA in the last month. I think that's just enough said. Cubs are actually on a roll, even though I can't seem to catch them on a good time. And the second one here is the Giants. I don't think that the Giants are going to lose to the Rockies today. You saw them in a close game halfway through, and then they just started mashing. Robbie Ray, we're getting him after a bad outing, which is kind of where I like to get them. And we're getting German Marquez coming off injury, and I have absolutely no confidence that he is going to be able to handle the Giants. Again, these teams kerfuffled yesterday. They had a huge brawl. I think that actually brings out the best in Robbie Ray, and it might bring out the worst in German Marquez. Give me the Giants team total over 2.5 and the full game run line at -1.5 at -130.
Nice,
let's have
man.
a day.
Yeah, I can't ever tell when you're going to end your sentence or not. Yours are very difficult.
So to be fair, I was done, and then there was just like that slight pause there, so I just kept going until you chimed in.
Let me give you the first thing in television. That pause, that intrusive thought, kill it. When you stop. You're good, man. That's just a good lesson, though. Like, you'll have to, like, that's one good thing, especially radio, too, because it's hard to judge, like, when you can't see them. So it's like, you want to announce your ending.
Yeah. I used to have an ending note that I wrote every single day. And then since I've been like refocusing on work, I haven't had time to like go put out the bullet points about everything that I want to say. I'm just spitting based on what I remember and my analysis from the day before. I just got to get that end lined in, like my sign off call. Yeah, we'll work on it.
Oh yeah. It takes time. You're good. All right, Big Tony. You got 2.
All right, man. I'm going Dodgers today, but I'm not going to let it get to the bullpen today. So we got Ohtani pitching. I don't see him. I see him going 5-6 innings. He's getting ready for the playoff run. So let's not go to the bullpen. Take the Dodgers. We're going to give up that half run. Also taking the Rangers. The Rangers are on fire right now. They're 8-2 in the last 10. I think a 301 batting averages versus Arizona with a 230 batting average. So I'm just taking the better team here, the hotter team right now. So those are my plays for the day.
Nice, man. Okay. There we go. All right, now let's hit on home runs real quick. Now the Mets have already started, but on the board, off the board. Moshe, where are you going?
Yeah, give me Harrison Bader here. I think that he is in a great spot. I really like him for a hits, runs, RBIs, but if we're going to go for it, I think you can get his home run prop now at over 600. He's batting 357 and 15 plate appearances against Quintana, and he's batting 440 in the last week. I think he is a fantastic look to keep it rolling.
Yeah, there we go. Big Tony?
I'm going to go Judge again today. We got some wind blowing out, so I like Judge again.
Okay. All right. There we go, man. I like it. All right. Any final thoughts? I'm going to drop you boys off, then do college football. Any final thoughts you guys have? Moshe, what do you got?
I kind of want to challenge Tony on this Diamondbacks Rangers play. Now, I don't want to go against the Rangers because they are hot. My play in the game is the Diamondbacks team total in the first 7 over 3.5. But gosh, that looks juicy.
Yeah. I think I'll stay away from that one, man. I'm just going to go for the game.
There you go. There you go. All right, boys. I'm going to drop you guys off. Well done. Great job. We'll see you boys tomorrow.
All right. See you tomorrow.
See you, bud. All right. Now, let's jump into college football here. So let me pull up some slides, and we're going to jump right into it. Week 2. There we go. Now, Chicago Pat, real quick. Hold on. Cash International Basketball called this morning. Lithuania, live bet. Serbia, minus 280, needs a dance partner. All right, there you go. Do we have a dance partner for that? All right. Now, what do we want to do? Boom. Let's jump right into it. Okay. Now, this is what we have so far. Like, these are all brand new to this show. I'm just saying this is a compiling list. Same thing that we do in the NFL. All right. First, Liberty Jacksonville State over 49.5. Am I the only one that thinks this is going to be a shootout? I think it's going to be a shootout, man. All over it. Look, I'm going to take Liberty Jacksonville State over 49.5. Clemson, second half team total over 13.5. All right, we're going to talk about these teams, Clemson, Alabama, Texas, right, that did not look good in week 1. And ways to go about playing them, because they're always going to be big spreads with these. You'll just see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to roll Clemson the second half, score 2 touchdowns. Straight up. Kansas, Missouri, over 50.5. Rolling with it. Absolutely feel another shootout. There's some rivalry here. There's some hatred here. There's a lot going on. This is going to be a fun week 2 game. I'm going to take it on the over here. I think that they both just keep going and don't stop. All right, now, again, these aren't the only plays that we're going to have for this week. This is just where we're getting started. Now, with the parlays, all right, you're going to see 3 2-leg parlays here. You might mix and match. You might take some, drop some, have your own, right? But I wanted to start this as well in regards to moneyline parlays. So SMU, I'm going to take them against Baylor. Now, I know that they're 2.5-point favorites. We'll talk more about that game in a second. But I'm going to take the spread out of it. I'm just going to roll with SMU straight up. And I'm going to pair that with Ole Miss against Kentucky. Nothing against Kentucky. I don't think that they're necessarily all that good. I'm not saying anything negative about them. I just think this is a game that Ole Miss handles their business. Ole Miss is a 10-point favorite. I'm going to put these 2 together. So, again, feel free to mix and match how you will. But I'm going to take SMU money line. I'm going to take Ole Miss money line. All right, Syracuse. Now, I don't put them in a category of like Bama, Texas, Clemson. I don't think Syracuse played all that bad. Now, they can certainly play better, and they will. But, you know, what I'm saying is that I'm not playing them this week in some sort of like revenge deal. I think they're going to be a good football team that gets better week by week. So I'm going to roll with Syracuse. And Iowa State, man, we'll talk about this one. Going up against Iowa. You know, obviously not in the same conference, but they play each other every year at this time. And that rivalry is real. I'm going to roll the Iowa State here. I don't want to play anything with spread. I just want the money line. Just going to take the money line. And then finally, we're going to take Illinois going up against Duke. And we'll talk about this game in a second. I don't know. I mean, I'm not super high on Illinois, but I'm not high on Duke. I don't know. We'll talk more about it. And I'm going to pair that with Missouri. Now, my Kansas fam, I love you. But I'm going to go with Missouri in this one. We'll talk about this game. But these are the plays we're going to start this whole deal off with, baby, and get this thing going, man, because week 2, going to be a lot of money to be made. Now, let's jump into week 2. All right, our brand new top 25. Ohio State, your number 1 team in the country, moves up 2 spots after that win over Texas. Penn State, number 2. LSU, number 3. They moved up 6 spots. Georgia moves up 1 to 4. Miami moves up 5 spots to number 5 in the country. Oregon 6. Texas, they dropped 6 spots to number 7. Clemson drops 4 spots to number 8. Notre Dame drops 3 spots to number 9. South Carolina moves 3 spots up to number 10. Now, 11 through 20, Illinois moves up a spot, 1-0. Arizona State drops a spot, still 1-0 though. Florida, 13th in the country. Florida State, Michigan, 15th. Iowa State, 16th, 2-0. They moved up 6 spots. 17th, SMU. 18th, Oklahoma. 19, Texas A&M. 20, Ole Miss. 21, Alabama. They dropped 13 spots. Tennessee moves up 2 spots to number 22. Indiana drops 3 spots, even though they won. Texas Tech drops 1 spot, even though they won. And then Utah, after that win over UCLA, jumps into the top 25. Big Kevin said, AB, what's up, big man? Appreciate you. Big dog. Appreciate you, man. Big Kev, good to see you, buddy. Tony said, FSU, what an upset versus Alabama. Yeah, it was. That was a big upset, man. Scott said, love this midweek college football. I do too, big dog. I do too. Now, let's jump into the games that we have. Go through the ranked teams. We're going to keep going. My man, what's good, dude? Good to see you, buddy. All right. So let's talk about the top 25. And saw the picks, and we'll hit them again at the end. But Penn State, Florida International, Penn State 42.5-point favorite. Again, I mean, there's nothing that I'm doing with this game. If anybody has a play on it, let me know. But, I mean, Penn State 42.5-point favorite, a total of 54.5. Nothing that I see. If you do it, man, let me know. I was never so, Ben Dickerson said, I was never so happy to see somebody wrong in here with that Ohio State-Texas game, right? Ohio State, man. Ryan Day's a big game hunter, dude. He loves it. San Jose State, Texas. All right, Texas, 7th-ranked team in the country, coming off a loss to Ohio State. Notice how many early games that we have with these ranked teams, right? Texas, a 36.5-point favorite, a total of 52.5. You know, I mean, think about this. The books, all right, when you go through these games, because you're going to see a lot of high spreads and a lot of low totals with those high spreads, meaning that the books are thinking, all right, 53 total points scored. So, I mean, Texas 37-15. Like, you see what I'm saying? You're getting in very narrow categories here. Again, I'm not saying don't play these big spreads. These big spreads are actually pretty profitable. Same thing in the NFL. You just got to be careful because, you know, you just kind of run out of time. So I don't have a play on it, but if anybody does, let me know in regards to the Texas game because, yeah, again, you just got to be careful. Big Jeff running late. What up, AB? Jeff, what up, bro? Good to see you, man. Hopefully we'll see you tonight. Crew exclusive. Big Don, hey, cheers to you, my man. Got a little sweet tea lemonade going. All right. So if you've got a play on Texas, San Jose State, let me know because I don't. Nothing that I saw, at least. Illinois and Duke. All right. Justin said, I like Illinois Duke over 49.5. I dig that. I do. I've got Illinois. Again, let me pull the picks. I've got Illinois money line with Missouri money line. All right, so that's kind of where I'm going with this one. Again, Illinois, a 2.5-point favorite. And that number's dropping. Like, I don't know, man. Like, you guys tell me. You guys might know more on Illinois and Duke than I do. I don't know what I'm supposed to see out of Duke. And again, it's not that I think Illinois is that great, but Duke, I don't know. So I feel like this is going to be a game where a lot of people play Illinois. A lot of them. Yeah. Well, Mensa is very good. True. Mensa. True. Yeah, so I'm fascinated with this one. You guys drop in the chat, like, where are you going? I took Illinois moneyline parlay 2-leg, but yeah, you let me know. All right, Florida State no line against East Texas A&M. Honestly, I would probably stay away from all that. That was a big win for Florida State. A lot of people exhaling breath. I'm not saying Florida State takes their foot off the gas. I'm just saying there's nothing there. That was a big win for Florida State, betting, game-wise and betting-wise. I don't know. You guys tell me. Nothing big that I see. Iowa versus Iowa State. Again, notice how early so many of these ranked teams are playing on Saturday. Iowa State. Iowa State ranked 16th in the country. Again, go back to the picks. I've got Iowa State in a moneyline parlay with Syracuse at plus 135. Again, nothing against Iowa, man. I think they're, good football team, right? But I think Iowa State's better. Just me. Let me say this. I'm not playing the spread. So, if any Iowa fans took it as a slight, it's not a slight. Like, I think Iowa State 1 point better. Justin, Deuce can be Mr. Drifters a head turn. This is a big game for Duke. They might keep it close, saying Illinois. True. That, like, again, I'm with you, right? Like, that's why I only played money line. I didn't even play that spread. So I'm right there with you, man. Illinois offensive line is too, so be able to control the clock. Yeah, like I'm taking the risk out of it. I think week 2 is a big time to take risk out of plays. Big Dot said, AB, I was asking the Discord, Arizona versus my Saints money line. Is that a good money line piece for the weekend? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Unfortunately, like, Arizona's just going to be a good play. Look, the Cardinals play well the first half of the season. They tend to fall off, as other teams do. They're not the only one that does it. Injuries tend to do that. Wear and tear. It's a long season. But from what we've seen of Kyler Murray in Arizona beforehand, the first 8 weeks, the first 4 weeks, they're usually pretty cold. I'm not huge on New Orleans. I understand the quarterback battle. That's going to continue to go, right? We're going to see Radler and Shook. We're going to see both of them. And I'm not hating on those dudes. My boy Alvin Kamara's down there. Like, there's pieces that Saints have, but week 1, it might be tough for all those to come together. Arizona's a pretty good football team. So I would say Arizona, good money line play. Yeah. I have Arizona as one of my survivor plays. Yeah, I feel you. Thanks for the Tommy McMillan pick last night. It was a great fight, too. Aubrey, hell yeah. No doubt. Thank you. And everybody else, that was talking, absolutely. Don, I don't trust my Saints defense at all. That's the problem. And especially with somebody like Alvin Kamara. So it would come to somebody like Kyler Murray. He's so dynamic that if it were a straight up pocket passer, maybe the D line owns the O line. Maybe the secondary has a great day. You never know. But when there's a quarterback as dynamic as Kyler, man, it's so hard. It's the same thing of when the Saints, had Breeze or whoever, and then you could bring in the big dog. You know what I mean? The dude that played every position, right? Like when you have those kind of guys, man, it's tough to beat. And Kyler's got all of it in spades. So I feel you, man. I think Arizona is a good play, money line. I agree with the chick. Yeah, that's the tough part. Is like, dude, you could play great defense and 3rd and 4. I mean, Kyler's so fast. That dude starts in 4th gear. He's crazy fast, man. Any college football DFS guys have him as a nice cheap sack. There we go. Detroit home run 6-2. Carpenter hit it. There we go. Man, we saw a lot of runs at Marlins Nationals game too. So all right, Iowa State, Iowa again. If anybody as he plays, drop him in. I'm going Iowa State on the money line there in a parlay. I'm gonna roll that with Syracuse. All right, now Baylor and SMU again, another one at 11. These times are central, by the way. So 12 p.m. Eastern, but again, an early start here. What do we do with Baylor? I don't know how good they are. Like, drop it in the chat. Whale over and Baylor SMU feels good. That does feel good. Like, I took SMU. All right. Let me pull them back up. I took SMU money line with Ole Miss money line, 2-leg parlay. So again, another game here where I'm not playing the spread, at least from the jump. Yeah, look, I think the over is a good play because I think SMU is going to do their thing. It's what do you get out of Baylor? Justin, that over is lofty, but SMU and Baylor could get it done. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be so much passing. See, I like Japan. Baylor sucks. Like, I just I agree in the sense of like I don't know what I don't know why SMU is only 2.5 point favorite here. I mean, defense, but look, -2.5. It feels like dangling a carrot, right? One way or the other, good or bad. I'm going money line. I'm trying to avoid the trap, but like if you ask me, I mean, dropping it down to a money line. If I'm just picking who's going to win the game, give me SMU. I'll take my shot on it. Well, look, I know it's a high total, but both teams are received. Look, yeah, I agree. Like, I don't hate the play at all. All right. Kennesaw State, Indiana. Indiana, 35.5 point favorite. There's nothing I'm messing with there. I don't know about you guys. There's nothing I like. And that's not a negative on Indiana or anything. I don't know enough about Kennesaw State one way or the other. So if anybody's a big Kennesaw State fan, let me know. Another way to look at some of these games is to look at the smaller team and look at their team totals, because you're going to see some teams with very low team totals, 3.5, 7.5, 10.5. Sorry, my sweet tea is too much sugar. Yeah, you're going to see some really low team totals with teams like Kennesaw State. Kent State, I need to see more about them. They won a game. Kent State last year was the worst college football team I've ever seen. And I say that respectfully because I would never just put people down. But that was the worst team that I've ever seen. So apparently they fixed something, being 1-0, because I don't see how they would beat anyone last year. Going up against Texas Tech, this is another one of those games. I mean, look at the screen. Texas Tech, 48.5 point favorite and a total of 58.5. So do the math. What are the books telling you? The team total for Kent State is going to be 10, 11, right? So that's another way to look at these games with massive spreads. Like, I'm not saying that Texas Tech doesn't cover this, because like I'm telling you, Kent State, I I don't know them this year, but last year they were horrific. Kent State was the team that Tennessee scored 50-something points on last year. You see that bot? Anybody paying attention? Notice the URL? We're going to put that one in timeout. Learn something there. Little Trojan horse. All right, Utah State. Texas A&M's a 31.5-point favorite. Total of 54.5. So what are the books telling you? Utah State's going to score 23 points. Right. So, I don't know if I believe in Texas A&M all that much either. Right. I don't know enough about Utah State. Grambling, Ohio State, no line. You'll get a line probably offshore. I don't know what you're going to get out of that. Austin P of Georgia, same thing. Austin P is not bad, but I don't know what the number would be here. I'm not going to mess around with it, but take a look at Austin P. They're not far from Nashville, and keep a tab on them. Again, I don't know if we're ever going to have Austin P lines, but they're not bad. The Governors, they're not bad at all. Right there, the Tennessee, Kentucky line. All right, Oklahoma State, Oregon a 29.5-point favorite. Jeff, didn't Austin P beat MTSU last week? They sure did. In Murfreesboro. Beat the hell out of them. Like a drum. Now, not that, MTSU's all that great, but I know them boys are bigger than Austin P's boys, right? Just from recruiting. Barely not. Let's see. Z-Money, you see week one unders went 80, 46, and 2, 63.5%. There you go. Yep. Makes sense, man. With all these transferring quarterbacks, right? You're going to see a lot of it in week. There's going to be teams it's going to take a little bit to get going. So that's a great stat, Z-Money. And please, any further that you see, keep dropping those in because, yeah. What is the Osai by KO plus 240? Osai. I like that. All right. Troy and Clemson. Now, Clemson, 8th-ranked team in the country. Okay. Getting into the midday of the games here. Back to the picks again. Taking Clemson in the second half, team total over 13.5. Okay. Second half, team total over 13.5 against Troy. Clemson, 33.5-point favorite, total of 51.5. And take a look at Troy's team total, very low. All right. Clemson's going to have a lot of dead time in the second half. But after that week one performance against LSU, do you remember something that happened? That didn't happen in that game, Clemson versus LSU. I don't believe Clemson scored in the second half at all. Got a feeling that they will Saturday. So if you're going to give me the second half team total over 13.5, I will gladly take that because I believe that they're going to have the ball a lot in the second half. And if you're asking me, did they get 2 touchdowns? I'll take it. All right, Ole Miss and Kentucky. Again, we've got Ole Miss on the money line here. Let me pull the picks again. Ole Miss with SMU at plus 125. So that's where we are going there. Ole Miss looked fine. week 1, thought they looked good. Kentucky, not so much. Got the win. That was not pretty. Now, I do think Kentucky takes a big step forward. However, I don't know how much of Kentucky I'm buying into this year. I don't know about the coaching staff. I don't know about a lot. And I think there are going to be some days where Kentucky can look good. And I think there are going to be some days where Kentucky can look checked out. And I think Ole Miss has the ability to make them check out quick. Texas Ole Miss -10, one of my favorite plays of the weekend. Absolutely. And let me tell you this too. I'll give you a little insight here. The head coach of Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, he used to be the head coach of Tennessee, meaning he was in the state right beside Kentucky. He played Kentucky every year. We always play Kentucky, right? Now, Lane was only the coach of the Vols one time against them. However, he understands. He understands the Kentucky football program. And it's one of those to where you don't let them hang around. Ole Miss in the first half could be a good play as well. Now, I'm keeping it straight up. I didn't even take the spread, but I like the spread. Kentucky could be a very tough year for Kentucky, and I think Ole Miss could put it on them. So, yeah, I've got them in a money line parlay, but anybody who is playing the spread, I feel you there. East Tennessee State and Tennessee. What do you got? FCS school? Yeah, no spread. I'll just tell you. Here's how to look at Tennessee. The schedule is going to pick up very quickly. Tennessee already has some serious injuries at the cornerback position. Corner, not quarter. Corner defense. And it's not going to affect them this week. But keep an eye on that. We could see some very high-scoring Tennessee games. And not that that's anything brand new. We've played a lot of Tennessee overs. But they're a team to watch this week. Now, you're not going to get a lot from East Tennessee State. However, yeah, it's going to pick up. So anyways, there's once if we get anything first quarter, we might have to wait till Saturday to get that. If we do, I'll drop them on that Saturday show. But yeah, as of right now, not a whole lot. Really, not too much to take. For this weekend. South Florida. This game's fascinating to me. We're going to find out a little bit about both of them. South Florida, obviously, with the big win over Boise State in week 1. Florida handled their business against Long Island, but looked good doing it. Florida, 17.5-point favorite. Remember, and you can find this video on the YouTube page, so go check it out. But remember your key numbers in betting. 17.5. There's a big difference between 17.5 and 16.5. And that's exactly why this number is. So pay attention when you see 3.5s, 7.5s, 10.5s, 13.5s, 14.5s, 17.5s, etc., etc. What the book is doing is saying, we think Florida is a 17-point team better than South Florida in this game. However, that hook takes that from 2 touchdowns and a field goal to 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals or 3 touchdowns. The book is making you actually pay a risk tax when they put that hook. Okay? Now, you want me to prove it to you that they're doing that? Because I will. And I want you to pay attention to this. Look at the total. 7, 14, 20, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56 and a half. 8 touchdowns and a field goal. Or 9 touchdowns. You see what I'm saying? This is your key indicator. When the books are telling you, I don't know, bro. That's what they're doing. When you notice that, sometimes you only get one. You'll get a spread or you'll get a total. But when you get both, that's when you know they're just going straight average numbers and adding the risk tax hook onto it. Pay attention to that. Chicago Pat, speaking of little tax, AB, Illinois is charging 0.25 per bet on South. I've seen that. I'm fascinated to see what that does. Because if it works, other states are going to pick that up. Don, I like South Florida and then points. I feel you there. Well, South Florida spread is a lock. Shout out B Mills for that. Millsy. There we go. What's your opinion on Tennessee? Yeah, Tennessee's my team. Tennessee's all right. Okay, so I'll give you a breakdown on them real quick. So you could tell that there's some confidence between Josh Heupel and the quarterback, Joey Aguilar. All right? Tennessee's got 3 very solid running backs. Tennessee's got 2 solid tight ends and a solid offensive line, and their best player is a true freshman tackle that didn't even play in the first game. But he will. The problem is going to be Tennessee's defense, and it's going to be at the cornerback position. Tennessee's defensive front, be all right. Linebacking front, be all right. The secondary, you're going to see a lot of young guys, and it's already forming. And you're going to see that for a lot of teams. So what I'm saying is this, is Tennessee will score some points this year, but they're going to give up points, and they're going to be one of those teams that we bet a lot of overs. You know, if you put it to me, how many games do they win? You know, I think 8-4 is probably a good spot, right? You know, they've got to play Florida, they've got to play Georgia, they've got to play Alabama, right? Like, I mean, the schedule's brutal. Keep going. So I think that, you know, Tennessee will be a better than average football team, better than that. But you know, win the SEC, I don't know. But you know what? Last year they were a team just like that, and they won the key games they needed to slip in. I think they're in that exact same boat. Does the ball bounce the same way? I hope that made sense. That's about as fair and accurate as I could get on that. Oh man, popped again. A URL though. I hope that helped on Tennessee. Brian Clancy, what up, AB? What up, bro? Well, as an Apple alum, Joe will be fine, but he's going to aggravate you. There you go. Right now, I love this deep ball. That dude's got touch. And well, you know, Aguilar's got some accuracy. But I could see that. And that's why I say, like, Tennessee will have weeks where they'll take 3 steps forward. They have some weeks where they'll take half a step back, you know. I think it sucked. Thanks for the picks, by the way. I didn't see what it said. Okay. So yeah, South Florida, pay attention to those 17.5, 56.5. The books will slide those in. Cal Poly in Utah, no line there. Bethune-Cookman and Miami, no line there. South Carolina State, South Carolina, no line there. You're seeing a lot of these games, right? Louisiana Tech, LSU. LSU, 37.5 point favorite. Total of 51.5. Now, they're giving you something nice on that total. 51.5. 52 is 7 touchdowns and a field goal. They could have easily made this 52.5, but they didn't. They put it the other side. So what are they telling you? That they don't think Louisiana Tech's going to score many points at all. I would check out I don't know the number, but I would check out that Louisiana Tech team total. I would keep an eye on that. Now, I'm not saying play it. I'm just saying it's likely going to be a low number when you see totals that go the opposite way like that. Yeah. Arizona State, Mississippi State. This is a fascinating game. Number 12, Arizona State on the road. 6.5 point favorite. Looks like it's gone to 7 in a lot of places. Total of 59.5. What is 59.5? That is 56. That's 8 touchdowns and a field goal and the hook. So 9 touchdowns, basically. Joel, Mississippi State plus 7 in the money line. Think Mississippi State gets it done? I'm not discounting it. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm fascinated. I don't know where to go with this game. I don't have a play on it. Need to see more from both. You know what I mean? But the spread is fascinating. A 6.5 point spread and a total of basically 60. 60. So 8 to 9 touchdowns, but the spread is less than a touchdown. It's a lot of points that they're counting on both teams. So if you're going with the books, both teams to score would probably be a value play. Now, again, I don't know the numbers. Could be, it could not be. All based on the juice, right? But that's if you're using the spread and the total to gauge what the books are betting themselves on, that's what they're betting themselves on. Is a back and forth affair. So, if you want to bet, right? Like if you look at it like I'm either betting with the book or I'm betting against the book, right? If you want to bet with the book, that's kind of the style. And if you want to do it without playing a spread, again, I don't know what the numbers are. I'm just thinking out loud and thinking in my head of how employees in the higher ups, with the books look at this after the algorithm spit out their numbers, right? So, yeah, I mean, if anybody's got a strong plan, let me know. Joel, Arizona State doesn't look as strong this year. I live in Scottsdale. Watch a lot of Arizona State. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, Joel, you know more than me, right? Like, I'm following your lead on this one. Saw where DK in Illinois is waiving taxes on silver tier plus members. There you go. It's a smart move. Bet Caesars refunding each bet that's taxed here in Illinois by offering free bet. Smart move as well. There you go. That's how you solve problems right there. Nice job. Okay, so yeah, look, man, I'm gonna keep following you guys' lead on this. Joel, you're going Mississippi State plus 7 and money line. All right. Less 2 games left. All right, Michigan versus Oklahoma. 15th ranked Michigan, 18th ranked Oklahoma in Norman. I love that we're getting these games on campus. I love this. Now, this is the nice part. Okay, say what you will about the transfer portal era and the college football playoff era and, how it feels more like the NFL it does. But we're going to get more of these games, too, because you don't have to go 13-0. Like, those days, I'm not saying they're over, but, it's going to be hard to go undefeated. Oklahoma, 2.5 point favorite. Total of 46.5. So 24-23, basically. If you're looking at it prop wise. I wasn't too high in Oklahoma last year. But I kind of am a little bit this year. I I'm not saying Oklahoma's going to do huge things, but I think they're a little for real. Now, I do think Michigan is as well. I think Michigan's very well coached. I think Michigan has a great defense, which we know. And I think that Bryce is going to be that dude. Neptonic said, AB doing the show in a van down by the river. That was good. Well, dude, we're going to have to frame that one. That one's solid. Yeah, this one's tough. Japan, Oklahoma -2.5. Joel, lean Oklahoma. Jeff, I like the under. Yeah, that total, 46.5. So that's kind of in mid-range of, obviously, of 6 to 7 touchdowns, just doing the math. Yeah, you would need 7. Could you get 4 and 3? Let's ask ourselves that. Don't even assign a 4 and a 3. Could be either one. Do you think that we could get there? Does the winner have 4 or more touchdowns? Does the loser have at least 3? Again, I'm not saying that totals are it's like, oh, hey, just do this equation. Like, no. But, I mean, just in general, right? You like the over, you like the under. There's going to be a lot of running the football. And this could be a first quarter, first half under. Honestly, if you ask me. I don't know what the numbers are. Especially the first quarter. I could see this being a 0-0 first quarter. Or a 3-0. Like 0-0, 3-0, 7-0. Like, what say you? I could definitely see. I don't know. I think you're going to get 2 coaches. Look, these are 2 coaches who are conservative style coaches and are definitely going to use their defense, right? Not saying that, they're not going to try to open things up, but I don't know if they go ultra crazy. But Michigan folks, Oklahoma folks, talk to me. What do you see? Because again, man, I know that, that old adage of, don't bet your favorite team. No. I bet my favorite teams all the time because I understand those teams. So if there's any Michigan or Oklahoma people, hey, go ahead, just drop your knowledge in here, right? Like, what do you see out of it? I don't have a play on it. Like, I don't know what to do yet. I could see all sides. I could see Oklahoma with the spread. I could see Michigan getting points. I know that teasers in college football are, kind of the unwritten rule, the no-no. I don't know. This feels like one of those games that could be an exception to that rule, Like moving Michigan to, I don't know, plus 8.5. I don't know. I mean, you guys tell me, right? Like, I haven't messed around with this game because it kind of scares me a little bit. Like, I don't know where to go yet, So I'm looking at you guys for some help on this one. We'll keep studying it, through the week, right? Like, we'll be ready to go, but I don't have a read yet. I don't have a read at all. All right, now, last game here, Louisiana Monroe against Alabama. Let me tell you this. There's no coach in the country feeling more pressure right now than Kalen DeBoer at Alabama. He's hearing it. He's feeling it. He's seeing it. It ain't good. what I'm getting at is that Alabama could be a play. I don't don't know with what. So let's look at this. Bro, and Purple Hawk said he wanted the pressure, can't complain, it's there now. Dude, I read an article of an anonymous former college football coach who was talking about that, and the guy goes, man, he goes, look, he goes, I'm not speaking ill of Kalen DeBoer. He goes, I don't know him personally. He goes, but and boys had it made at Washington. He goes, that's a great place, man. And I didn't think about it from that angle, you know? And he's like, and boys were making $6 million a year. Like, yeah. Sometimes the grass ain't always greener on the other side, man. But this week, I mean, DeBoer's seen football. He ain't a dumb guy. And the only way, let me just tell you, the only way to keep those wolves off the door, off the porch, out of your house, is to thoroughly beat a team down. That's it. There's nothing you can say. They're not going to listen to it, and it's all going to come off bad. You have to shut up, be quiet. You don't talk except after practice. Hey, whatever you have to say. And then you Belichick it and leave. Former Belichick, at least. I imagine practice has been hell all week because he's really feeling it now. Now, he's good enough coach to turn it around. They almost made the playoff last year. And they had some pretty bad losses. Lost to Vanderbilt. But for this week, I don't know how to do it. Like, I don't know what to bet yet. And I'm looking for your thoughts. God, another bot. But there's a way to play this, and I don't know what it is yet. Might just be the spread. All right, so you got a spread of 36.5. What's the team total? 43? 43.5? It's got to be something around there, right? So if the team total is basically a touchdown higher than the spread, where do you go? Like in your head, when you hear that, where does your brain go? Does it go to the spread? Does it go to the Bama team total? Or does it go to the over-under? Because if you notice, the over-under 50.5. Bama team total 43.5. Spread 36.5. It's got 3 paths. You know what I'm saying? At least for the game. And I don't know what the answer is to it yet. The answer might be Alabama in the first quarter. Team total. If it's under 10, I don't know what it is. It's going to be 9.5. I doubt it. I doubt they give you 9.5. I bet it's 10.5. Because 10.5 means that you need 2 touchdowns. Or a touchdown and 2 field goals. Think about time. But there's a way to play this game. And I don't know what it is yet, but we need to keep thinking on it in each day. I mean, it's Wednesday when we're recording this. So we've got time, but I'm just telling you, there will be no mercy. Now, I say that, and you never know. Players could completely check out. We're going to find out how DeBoer, if he's got that locker room. You're going to find out a lot about Alabama this week. You really will. Even though, the opponent is who they are. We're going to find something out. Because it could be bad. If they come out sluggish in a damn mud fight with UL Monroe, that's bad. That means that locker room's checked the hell out. But if they haven't checked out, they will utterly destroy UL Monroe. And I don't know what the play is. 36.5 is a lot. But, team total is going to be 43.5. Do you see Bama scoring 7 touchdowns? Or do you just go with a total? Because then you're looking at it with UL Monroe. You're like, okay, well, if the book is saying that Bama's team total is 43, does UL Monroe score 10 points, right? Do they score more than a touchdown? Do they score any points? Then you start playing that game. Seems to me, I don't know. Team total in the middle seems like the safer play, but again, I'm not saying that it is. I don't know yet. But if anybody's got a good look at it, first half, first quarter, any of it. I mean, it's only Wednesday again when we're recording, so we've got time on this. Hawk, he was set for life at UW. Yeah. Set for, that's a great place. It's a place with legacy. Make a lot of money. Beautiful. He was set for life, man. And it's tough. Like, I'll never tell anybody not to take their shot. And whether it works out for DeBoer on the field or it doesn't work out on the field, I mean, clearly he's going to get paid there too, right? But, Washington's a good spot. It's a good spot to be. Oh, man. Z-Money said those Bama players kept looking at the clock, heads down, no effort, jogging, had no... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what we're going to get. Like, if those players are locked in, they beat UL Monroe by 40. But if they're not locked in, whatever happens with this game. But that's not a good sign moving forward. I could deal with a locker. I'll tell you this: the way that a head football coach is going to look at it, I could deal with a locker room who's pissed off. Now, get them pissed off at me. We don't need it arguing between players about whatever. But I can deal with that emotion, right? You listen, talk, communicate, right? You could turn that from a negative to a positive. If your locker room's positive, you're going to go out and crush them. But if you have apathy, that ain't good. And I'm telling you, I'm not saying it's going to happen here. It could, might not, who knows? But you're going to see apathy set in now that all these players, that they have exits after the year. Unfortunately, you're going to see that too. Hopefully not much of it. But like I said, this doesn't look like a big game, but we're going to learn a little bit about Alabama. Not a ton, but we're going to learn a little bit about them this week. DeBoer had new agents. That's why he's not at Washington. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm never going to tell someone don't take that shot because it's a dream opportunity and a whole hell of a lot of guaranteed money. I mean, he's got to be the highest paid state employee of Alabama, right? Literally. Because Alabama's a state school. He has to be the highest paid state employee in the state of Alabama. Has to be. But we'll see. Alabama's got a little crazy in them. I've seen them do it to their own guys who played at Alabama. Like, this doesn't feel like a big game, but it is. keep an eye on that one. That's going to be fun. Okay. All right. We'll get out of here, everybody. Let me get the picks up here one more time. Oh, we got a lot of slides. Okay. Most got a parlay. Cubs team total over 2.5. Cubs first 5 money line. Giants team total over 2.5. Giants minus 1.5. Big Tony's on Dodgers first 5. Rangers money line. I'm on the Braves. Cubs over 8. Yankees Astros over 9. And the Phillies team total over 4.5. And then college football. Let me pull these up too. Liberty Jacksonville State over 49.5. Clemson second half team total over 13.5. Kansas Missouri over 50.5. SMU money line, Ole Miss money line plus 125. Syracuse money line, Iowa State money line plus 135. And then Illinois money line, Missouri line money line plus 135. Okay. We will be live tonight for Crew Exclusive. We'll be in the studio, all of that. But tell that everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets, and we will see you soon. Thanks.
Who's got it better than us?